I gave people all the stuff they really needed. Social Security checks, utility bills, TV guide.
I want a TV guidance counselor. TV guidance counselor. Staying up to watch all night, and everything's gonna be alright with my TV guidance counselor.
Hey everybody, welcome to TV Guidance Counselor. I am Ken Reed, as always, your TV Guidance Counselor, and this is the show where each and every week since 2014 we've discussed classic television with an interesting guest using a back issue of TV Guide magazine from my personal collection as the inspiration for our conversation, and this week is no different. First of all, welcome to December, everybody. We made it through 11 months of 2025 somehow, so one more to go. Hoping 2026 is an easier one. But anyway, it is December. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving for those of you who celebrate such things in the United States. And if you didn't, I hope you just had a good week anyway. A little bit of business before we get into my guest this week, who is the comedian Jack Lawler. Very funny guy, nice guy. There is upcoming will be what am I talking about, everybody? Upcoming. We have a couple more episodes left this year, and then the final episode of the year will, as per tradition, be the 2025 year in review. So that'll be interesting. But if you have questions, I will answer listener questions on that show. So you can email me at tvguidancecounselor@gmail.com or ken@icanread.com. Message me over on Patreon if you are a patron for $1 or less. I don't think you can give less. As little as $1 a month. My brain, man. As little as $1 a month, you can ask me questions on there, talk to other listeners. And if you have $5 or more a month, you would get a PDF copy of the TV guide that I discuss with Jack this very week. So yeah, if you have questions, I will answer those on the 2025 year in review. And then, extra preview, February 14th, I will be doing a 2016 year in review. So that's going to be my 10 years in the rears, because I think I started doing the years in review in 2019. So 14 through 18 didn't have year in reviews. So last year I did 2015, the year before that 2014. So I'll do 2016 this year, and then I have 2 more years of the show to get at all of them, and I'll have a year in review for every year. But anyway, if you have questions or comments about episodes from 2016, that might be interesting. So if you want to go back, take a look at episodes I did in 2016, have questions there at tvguidancecounselor@gmail.com. Anyway, guest this week, very funny comedian named Jack Lawler. Jack has a great Instagram account called Work, Retire, Die. He has a whole thing about sort of work and corporate culture, which I think we can all understand and identify with, but nice dude, super nice guy. I put links in the show description to his stuff there, so I think you'll enjoy this. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of TV Guidance Counselor with my guest, Jack Lawler.
TV is my friend, and it has been always there for me in time of need.
Live via satellite from New York, Jack Lawler. How are you, sir?
Hey, thank you for having me, Ken.
You're quite welcome. We were just discussing how you're a new LA transplant, but
yes.
you're in exile at the moment.
I know. Exactly. Yeah, it's actually nicer summers over here, which has been a nice change in New York.
Yeah, because the world is dying.
Yes, yeah, nothing makes sense anymore.
No.
Wait, should this be how it works? No. But
yeah, the year that Austin, Texas had an ice storm and It was 60 degrees in Boston. Good. I was like, I think something's wrong.
Something's going on. Have you been following Burning Man at all?
I saw that the orgy tent blew over.
The orgy tent collapsed, which was catastrophic. There was 50-mile-per-hour winds, but then there was a murder, and then a baby was born. And the parents didn't know they're having a baby. So it was the full biblical cycle.
I hope that baby has a good alibi. Because
yeah, hey, wow, that's a good point.
Yeah, the timing there.
Where were you? Your mother's womb, innocent sound.
Collapsing the orgy tent sounds like a brag. until you realize it happened because of wind and before anyone even got there.
Exactly. I wouldn't go to the orgy tent. Any orgy that like I'm invited to is just, I don't know if I'd want to be a part of.
Also, dude, Burning Man, can you imagine the
Oh,
stench?
it's so gross.
It would be like if
Like
incense
sand.
had BO.
Sand. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get this as a person who grew up in New Jersey. It would smell like someone collected Italian subs with hots and oil for 2 weeks and then just threw it under a couch.
So amazing, actually.
Yeah. Because BO and Italian subs, same smell.
Exactly. I've had worse. So
It's true. And that's one thing, LA. Don't have good subs.
I know. There you
Pizza.
go.
No, the
Okay.
pizza's decent now.
The pizza's okay. They don't have amazing bagels, and the burritos are much better.
The burritos, everything else is much better.
Yeah.
And no cannolis, but
The
that's
sushi's
fine.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's a small sacrifice to make to
A
live.
very
out there.
small sacrifice to see sunshine, to get to
Yeah.
go outside, and yeah.
And people who aren't out at a show, not because they want to be at a show, but because they are 40, have 4 roommates, and hate their lives.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, my New York friends. So anyway, speaking of being old, this issue you picked was from 2013, which to me is like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, we're like almost a decade and a half ago at this
I
point.
know. It is crazy to like read some of these articles in the TV guide and be like, oh my God, this was a very long time ago.
Yeah, you realize, like, in some ways, and this is true of the older ones too, like even back to the 80s, it feels like it's not that long ago, but then in most of the ways you're like, wow. Especially this stuff, because you're like, this has to be exactly the same, but you're like, oh no,
I
there's
know.
a bunch of stuff here.
That's a good point. Like it feels weirder because it is a little closer. That you are expecting it to be the same, and it's just like slightly off. Yeah.
I think we're just far enough away that, you know how, like, I think I'm significantly older than you, but in the 90s, there was a lot of like, oh, the 90s doesn't really have like a vibe like the 80s does. Like, there's no like 90s music or like 90s clothes.
And now it's like there's just 90s channels.
Well, yeah, by like 2002, you're like, oh yeah, there was.
Yeah.
So like this is
Yeah.
just far enough from 2013 that you start to see kind of the
You're
flavor of
starting
it.
to- yeah, I'm 32, so I was born in 93, but this was my like most memorable era of culture, I would say, is when I was like the most into things.
So you're in college at this point?
I was maybe a sophomore or junior in college
Yeah,
at this
you're like
point.
20.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to University of Richmond, small
Virginia.
school in Virginia.
Richmond,
Spiders.
VA.
Yeah, babe. You went to UVA?
No, but I was in a punk rock band in the 90s, and there's a band from Richmond called The Veil.
Oh,
that,
nice. Yeah.
Sings about Richmond in like every single song.
Hell yeah.
So I have like intimate knowledge of the geography of Richmond just based on the lyrics.
just from the punk band. I love that.
Yeah.
The show Doug. Did you ever watch the show Doug?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the creator is from Richmond, and it is set in Richmond. So there you go.
Yeah. Billy West, who does Doug's voice, is a Boston guy, and I've had him on the show a few times.
The universe is working out together.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Richmond and
Richmond and Boston, the classic connection.
Yeah. Recommend a Veil, though. I highly
Okay.
recommend a Veil. They
I'll
have
check it out.
their best record's called Over the James, and
James River.
yep, lot of Richmond references there.
There you go.
So here we are. So you're 2013. You're in Richmond, Virginia. You haven't grown up in New Jersey, so
Yes.
a little bit of a culture shock, I would imagine.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but it's college. Everyone's from somewhere else. But yeah, Richmond is a bit southern, but it's not too southern. I would say it's the northernmost southern city. Yeah.
Yeah, in vibe, not in
Vibe, not in geography. Yes. Yeah, like that math doesn't totally make sense, but yes.
because the northernmost southern state is Maine.
True. I guess the world is a globe, so
Yeah.
it could.
Well, also just from the way people
if you're
live
kind
their
of thinking
lives.
about it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this, you actually picked an issue the week before this, and I could not locate it. So like
I know,
normally, I'll if I don't have it, I can go online and just like pick one up for like a couple bucks.
Okay,
Literally nobody
that's crazy.
had the week you picked. So I was like, hopefully this wasn't a ridiculously like important
Like,
specific week
specific?
for him. Yeah.
I know that is funny. I felt very honored that you were not able to find it by my taste.
Yes.
I was just really wanted to talk about some of these sitcoms that were
Okay.
popular during this time period. And by sitcoms, I mean, and we can get to this. I want to jump to things. I was a big How I Met Your Mother guy,
Okay.
New Girl, and I loved this run on Comedy Central, and then the NBC run for all the like sitcoms. So like to me, this was like my comfort shows is this era.
This is foreign to me, so this is funny because I was like a fully formed adult, and I
guess that's like so true. Like, you're like, this is not for me at all. Yeah.
But it's interesting because I always love to hear people's comfort shows, and then like go back and discover stuff myself that I may have discounted at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it wasn't that specific week. It was just this era.
It was just this era.
Yes. So this is 2013. Also should mention this is the 60th anniversary of TV Guide. So it started. It actually is older than that, but it's a complicated history that would bore everybody, even my listeners. So this is the spring preview. This is 49 returning shows, and to sort of set the stage, we're March 11th to the 17th, 2013. This is sort of when traditional television broke. And what I mean by that is we used to have seasons. So it was September to May was the television season. Mid-season replacements were a thing. Reruns were the summer. And by 2013, that's kind of not the case anymore.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, it's fun like watching, like rewatch. My wife and I rewatched like Grey's Anatomy, for example, and I was like, "There's so many episodes in this season. Like, are we still on season 3?" And like, yeah, it used to be a slog to get
24 episodes. Yeah,
it was like I was like, "Oh my god, it's taking me 3 months to rewatch Lost because there's so many episodes here."
Yeah, and that had kind of broken. Some of it was streaming, because streaming would be like, we can do 7 episodes, we can do an hour. But some of it was just like everything was wrong. And so this is the spring preview. They have 49 returning shows. So this is almost like a vestigial holdover from the before times of this, when a season would take a break like around Christmas and then come back with new episodes in the spring. And half the shows you liked would have got canceled. Some of them would come back, and then some would be replaced or reworked, which was always weird. Like there were shows that started in September, and in March they had a new name, or like characters were switched. It was very weird.
Yeah, that happened. And speaking of New Girl, like they switched, maybe it was different seasons, but yeah, like they'll switch the actor and you're like, wait a second. Do you think I'm stupid? Like, that's
which seems weird, but like they do that in theater.
Yeah.
There's an understudy.
True. That's a very good point. That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that.
And I presume you were never a soaps guy, but
no.
Soaps still do that. So sometimes you'll tune into a soap and they'll be like, due to illness, the part of Jack Lawler will be played by whatever today. And it's like a different guy for a day.
Crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they do 5 episodes a week. They basically shoot it live. So they're like, someone's sick.
What do you want us to do, guys?
Yeah. And people just accept it. It's really weird. It's like a very strange thing.
Very interesting.
So the big thing on the cover here, it says Revolution, shocker. And Revolution is a show that I remember being on but didn't watch. It was created by Eric Kripke, who did Supernatural. This was after he left Supernatural. He did a couple shows. You got Mad Men, you got Game of Thrones, Doctor Who, all the big things there. And then as soon as you open up the issue, we got Hell's Kitchen.
Hell yeah.
And a kid I grew up with won this season of Hell's Kitchen.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What do you get when you win? Just like money?
Well, so he's got a bunch of restaurants now that Gordon Ramsay's like a silent partner in, and he supports some stuff. My friend Jay, kid I grew up with.
Jay.
Yeah, called Blue Jay. Sometimes he had like bright blue hair. And so this, I did watch this season because Jay was on it.
Okay. Got it. You kind of have to.
Yeah. And he would kind of pop up sometimes after this on like Bar Rescue and stuff. They'd be like, Jason Santos, he's our
like,
expert.
My expert chef. Yeah.
He'd go in on, in disguise and like be like this.
Bar Rescue, by the way, completely ridiculous premise.
Oh, all those shows are.
They all are. Like, what are you going to flip a dive bar by like giving them like blue cheeseburgers? Like, they're not going to order that. Like, it makes no sense.
No, in every single one of those bars, the problem was the person who owned the bar. Well, I'd say 9 times out of 10, the person who owned the bar was an alcoholic and was like, hey, man, if I own this bar, I drink here every day. Which is like instantly. And then
you can't fix that with like specialty cocktails.
No. I don't care how much you smile while you're shaking drinks. It's not going to fix it.
I would love when Taffer would freak out though. You're going to get someone sick.
Yeah, they're going to die. Yeah. And you expect me to believe that Taffer has never been involved with the mafia?
Yeah, come on. Yeah. I
No
love that
way.
he brings it for each new restaurant. Like you have to have seen worse, but you're freaking out every damn time.
Oh yeah. There's flies, and then that other 10% are people who like inherited the business and don't want to do it.
Right. Or just in a town that's like dead economically, and every other restaurant is closed. So
Yeah.
it's like
People don't even want to drink here. You could not pay me to run a bar. Jesus Christ.
oh my god, it sounds horrible.
Hell on earth.
Stand-up comedian hours.
Oh God, yeah. And then
Worse.
the worst thing is when bars are like, man, we're really losing money. We should do like an open mic night. It's like just close.
Yeah, that's the worst audience to have to perform to.
I also like that I've mentioned this before about stand up, but it's like there's this whole, it still happens, but there are people who are infamous that then try to make money off that, so they'll do a stand-up tour, or like ex-porn stars will do a stand-up tour. It's like stand-up is like lower than that stuff. Like you've been a disgrace. Like now you're gonna do a stand-up tour, or
This is your only
or like your bar is failing, so now you have to do open mic nights. Like
that's true. That's true.
Doesn't make you feel good about your
Not the best way to live your life.
Then we get Modern Family in here in the front, which, again, another show I've never seen an episode of, but was on for like 15 years.
I know. I mean, they won a bunch of awards. I watched it. It actually is pretty funny for a prime time, for like this type of show. It is pretty funny, honestly. I didn't keep up with it, I'm sure.
The thing that was off-putting to me, and this was strange, and all the sitcoms you mentioned, I don't think any of them fall into this, but since The Office, every show is that fake documentary talk to the camera thing. Yeah. And it's such a weird conceit to be that pervasive for all these shows.
It's like even like Abbott Elementary is like that today. I think it's like I think as a writer it's just like an easy way. It's kind of a cheat code to like tell you what the characters are thinking and like structure it and make jokes, but I'm like, you're right that it's like why is there a documentary about Modern Family? Like what, like let's pull back for a second. Why are we believing that they're being interviewed? Like this is a family.
Yeah, they don't even, as far as I know,
pretend.
No, they don't even pretend it's a documentary. It's like that's just how they shoot it.
Yeah, that's actually so true. Yeah, like I think in Abbott they maybe are like, oh, we're doing this to raise money for the school or something.
Yeah, they'll throw a sentence out there.
Yeah, like this is supposed to be a normal family.
Yeah. And it's weird because it gives them a bunch of, exactly what you said. There's cheat codes. There's sort of cliches they can use, like certain kinds of cutaways. Like, oh, at one point we're going to have a character just stare right in the camera, like, really? And then we just hold on that. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah. But in hindsight, and like I was talking about earlier with that, we get just far enough away that we can see the trends. Yeah. That is the 21st century multicam sitcom. You know what I mean? That's Full House. Like that's the modern version of it, is that format.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Which is weird. Weird. Then I don't remember this. It was a presumably a competition show called Splash.
Don't remember that at all.
I guess it's a show about diving.
Yeah. It looks like an infant here. No, that's an adult.
It's an adult, and it says "Stars Will Fall." So I imagine it's like a Dancing with the Stars, like celebrity.
Like hot with like diving.
It's a celebrity.
Not a bad idea.
Celebrity diving.
Yeah, like, they just didn't do it. Like it's not, or they did it and it wasn't that hard. Like.
Yeah, like, and how different can that be every week? Like, at least Dancing with the Stars.
Like a dive, a 1.5. Like
right. Yeah. Like Dancing with the Stars will be like, it's merengue week or whatever. Like they're not going to be like, hey, it's the 10-meter week. Next week, 15 meters.
So true, yeah. And I imagine it's easier to learn to dance than like to do like 2 front flips. Yeah, like even diving isn't that different?
I mean, diving, and I don't mean to disrespect to divers, but like gravity's doing like 60% of the work there. Right? Like, as long as you land in the water, you're like, you've halfway done it. You know what I mean?
It's not impressive at all. Why don't you go do it right now then? It's so easy. Yeah.
Have you ever done like one of those Olympic dive off one of those huge like 10-meter?
No, I would be so scared.
Are you afraid of heights guy?
I'm not afraid of heights. I would just be afraid to like over like just to belly flop, honestly.
Yeah. I saw a guy belly flop and I thought he died.
Okay. When I was a kid, we went to like a lake on a family vacation, and my like cousins were jumping off this thing, and I was too scared. I was too young, and they pushed me off, and I face planted so hard. I was like so young, and I've been afraid forever of just.
It's like hitting concrete.
Literally, it's like not. It was not cool. I was fucking pissed.
I used to, because I was a really cool kid, I used to do this thing called OM, Odyssey of the Mind competition.
Ooh.
And, for the gifted kids.
Of course.
We made it to the finals in Colorado when I was like 10 or 11 and was at Colorado State University. And so we're in the pool, and all I remember is this guy was super Southern because there's, teams from all over the country. Okay. And so one of the coaches was super Southern, this like chunky, chubby guy. And he's like, "Hey kids, watch me do a swan dive." And this guy jumps, and I swear to God, he did the worst belly flop. It sounded like a giant thunderclap, and it knocked him out, right? So he
was drowning?
Out. So he floated up, and this whole front looked like he'd been out in the sun for like 9 hours. And they're like, coach, like pull him out of the water.
You see that as a child, that's a hilarious thing to see.
It was really funny. We actually got
Family Guy cutaway right there. Yeah.
they docked us points for laughing at him. Oh, yeah. Watch me do a swan dive.
Splash was a crazy show, though. I kind of want to rewatch that. I might want some Splash.
I would love to see the pitches for all those, like when they're just trying to pitch celebrity reality shows. They're like, guys.
Yeah, like The Masked Singer has been really successful.
Yeah.
And Ken Jeong is hosting it. It's like,
but that one at least
that one makes sense. Like, yeah, that one is somewhat interesting. But there's so many iterations of that. Yeah.
I can't believe there hasn't been celebrity competitive eating contests.
I would watch that, honestly. But celebrities don't want to eat. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's why you want to watch it, though.
True.
You never get to see it.
Celebrity drinking contests.
Well, yeah, I think that's to certain movies and certain celebrities. That's everything they're in.
Parties that we weren't invited to. No,
yeah. Although doing this show, I've heard a lot of stories about a lot of old time actors who were just hammered 24 hours a day.
Kind of a dream, honestly.
Yeah. All of them, almost universally, people are like, come in, they do it one take, in and out, perfect, done. They stunk like a brewery.
yeah. Like the Leo Once Upon a Time in Hollywood guy.
Yeah. Just come in, hammered, did it, good.
Different era. Now they're counting their macros and they're losing weight and they're
yeah. We don't have any functional alcoholics in Hollywood.
Yeah,
anymore.
What the fuck is wrong with this country?
We barely have functional people. So then there's also a thing about people that got killed in a bunch of shows recently, like a character in Pretty Little Liars, Vampire Diaries, Justified, Walking Dead. I don't know who any of these characters are.
Neither do I.
But this is the week that Bonnie Franklin died, who was in One Day at a Time. She was only 69, died of pancreatic cancer. And it is always weird in these 21st century issues of TV Guide when they reference older TV, older than 2005. It stopped me. I was like, why is there an old TV Guide here? And it's because Bonnie Franklin died. So that was that week. They have the most watched shows the previous week. And it's the Academy Awards, makes sense. Yeah. NCIS, Big Bang Theory, which I cannot do. I'm not a Big Bang Theory guy. Have you ever tried to watch it without the laugh track? There's videos on YouTube and it's pretty rough. Oscars Red Carpet, NCIS Los Angeles, Person of Interest, American Idol tied with 2.5 Men, and Elementary. You know what? It's we are kind of still watching those same shows now. Yeah, pretty much. And it's funny, too, seeing the Nielsen ratings for these shows because the number one show, which is the Academy Awards, in 1993, that rating wouldn't have cracked the top 100. Interesting. So even in this era, people were watching. Yeah, because honestly, I think I probably watched a lot of these shows that we'll talk about. On Hulu the day after they aired. They used to do that, yeah. I think they probably still do that, but yeah. They have 2 categories next to the ratings, and this is when they just started doing this. They have the watched live, and then they have a live plus 3 days DVR. Interesting, yeah. Because it was so devastating to do that. Interesting time, yeah. They're trying to figure out how to do both of them, yeah. And how to make money still, because it used to be really easy. Yeah. They're like, they get this amount of ratings, this many people watch it, pay us this. And now it was like, people are fast forward to commercials, or they watch it 4 days later. Like, how do we charge people for this?
Yeah.
They still haven't figured out. So let's dive in. Oh, and then this actually interested me before we get to the listings. There's a little article in here about young viewers cutting the TV cord. And 2013 seems really early for that.
Yeah. I'm trying to, because right, I was in college. I mean, Game of Thrones was fucking huge now, and like I remember HBO, which is now HBO Max, HBO Go Max now, whatever version
they
it
changed
was.
their name to. Yeah,
I think that had come out maybe 2010-ish time period, maybe 2009.
Yeah,
and I remember Game of Thrones like the first time I really used HBO Go or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was Go first, and like Netflix. Hulu. Yeah, there's a quote in here from a 28-year-old New Yorker who says, "I do own a TV, but I only use it to watch DVDs."
Oh, of course, bro. Not even sports? Come on.
Yeah, he lives in one of the 5 million homes that Nielsen calls, quote, zero TV households, also known as cord cutters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this was the beginning of that, which they then talked about for the next 10 years.
Yeah, and they're also talking about how do they account for that in ratings.
Right.
So they're like,
you got to get paid by the advertisers. Yeah.
Tablet and smartphone viewers. They say they're trying to get those in there.
I still don't really get how the industry works, because it's like Netflix made Happy Gilmore 2 for like $100 million, and it's like, wait a second, how did that make money? Or it doesn't make any sense. Like,
it does. So the streaming model, and this, when I was pitching shows, this was explained to me and it made sense, but I was also like, that's crazy. Yeah. And it's sort of based on a venture capital model, which is like all about short-term gains and then like selling stuff off. Yeah. So for example, so for Netflix, if every single person that already has Netflix watches Happy Gilmore, it's a failure. What they want is new people to sign up, forget they signed up, and then just get charged every month. So that's why, like, aside from a couple of tentpole shows like Stranger Things or whatever, they only do 1 or 2 seasons of a show, because by 2 seasons, you're not getting new people to sign up for the streamer to watch it. And now if you're not growing, like, you're failing. So it's all about...
I mean, I guess I would just be interested in who's signing up for Netflix to watch Happy Gilmore 2, but that's a different conversation.
Yeah, unless they're like winning a bet or they lost a bet.
Fantasy football punishment.
I feel like the world was not crying out for Happy Gilmore 2.
I know. I kind of rewatched the first one. I don't mean to speak blasphemy. I was like, oh, this wasn't as good as I remembered it.
If you're 15, it's fun. But yeah.
Billy Madison. Hilarious.
Billy Madison's the best Sandler movie. And I'm not counting Punch Drunk Love, because that...
We're not counting like a real movie. Yeah.
Of his movies, I find that Billy Madison's the best. Too, actually. Yeah, but I'm also like, that's more of an appetite.
That's not a real... He's not playing,
It's not a... Well, Wedding Singer's all right. Wedding Singer's decent.
He does have good movies.
Yeah.
Click. I love Click.
Oh, see, I couldn't... I pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
I love Kevin James. When you see the movies that I'm gonna pick for this, you're gonna be like, this guy. I like a pretty B comedy that's down the middle, and you can watch it on TBS. That's mine.
All I picked was Little Nicky every night.
Literally.
And then to brag, there's an article in here about how playing Booth's mother on Bones, created by friend of the show, Hart Hansen, is Joanna Cassidy, who I've had on the show, friend of the show. There's a picture of Joanna Cassidy in there. It's always fun. She has one of my favorite quotes I've ever had from a guest on the show about how she doesn't want to watch ugly people on TV.
I completely agree.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to watch ugly people. It's not what I watch.
I couldn't agree more.
I was like, perfect. So let's jump in here. This is, sorry. I got lascivious there from lascivious. Is that the word I'm looking for? There's a distracting photo of Jennifer Love Hewitt promoting her show, The Client List.
Interesting. I think I might have missed that one.
When financially strapped single mom Riley Parks isn't busy hiding her secret life as a sex worker at a spa, she's juggling 2 men, Kyle, her deadbeat husband, and his dreamy brother, Evan. Star Jennifer Love Hewitt tells us where this hot mess is headed in season 2.
Wow. That is actually a lot of balls to be juggling.
Yeah. I would not.
Your husband, your ex-husband, his brother, a child, sex work.
I don't believe she could do it.
Yeah, I think that's where the conflicts will come. I think if we were to tune in, there will be many different episodes.
Wackiness. It's like Three's Company.
Simplify.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's Jennifer Love Hewitt in an unnecessarily sexy photo for that little article. It's like, that's not needed. Why have you done this?
They got us to stop turning.
That's true. I did stop in my tracks there.
Yeah.
For this show from almost 15 years ago.
Yeah, it was like we never actually made it. Yeah.
And I forgot, this is when Arrested Development just announced that it was coming back.
I was going to mention that. Yeah, I saw, because I was like, wait a second, was it going on at this? But no, it was like, this was their first comeback, right?
Yes. So this was
this is when all the pieces like kind of worked together. Oh, it was funny.
Oh yeah, it was funny. It was a very strange phenomenon of shows that got canceled by networks that then developed this huge audience really on DVD. It was like people like, you got to watch this, and then getting uncanceled. Family Guy, Futurama,
I was going to say Family Guy, yeah.
Arrested Development. There was a few different shows, and it was a very interesting thing, and especially as like an old school TV guy, that had never happened. It was a very strange thing to happen.
And now I feel like they're leaning so hard on reboots, and I'm like, like the Office reboot, it's like it's just not going to be as good, and it's just leave things be. But
it's weird to do a spin-off of a show that ended 10 years ago.
I know. It's like it hasn't been that long ago.
It's like, just
what hasn't been that short ago?
Yeah,
like it's a weird amount of time.
Just do a new show. Like, does it have to be the same characters? Like,
I know, and I guess they're like Office fans will watch. Like I won't watch, so.
It's very strange to me. Then I'll have to mention this for my listeners who discount the later TV guides. There's actually an amazing article in here with Jack Davis. And Jack Davis was an illustrator. He was one of the original EC Comics artists for like Tales from the Crypt in the 50s. Drew a ton of movie posters in the 70s and did a ton of TV guide covers. So this is an article where they interview him, and he kind of does a little commentary on a bunch of different covers he drew in the 70s. And it's a really interesting, cool article.
That's cool.
To just have him kind of go through and tell you, like, you know, what he's thinking and what was going on. So let's dive in here. We start on Monday.
I grew up loving this show, How I Met Your Mother. So that's on CBS at 8 o'clock. That's how I'm going to start my day. This is, I would say, like, this and then New Girl Later was like the effort to like replicate Friends for the modern era. So it's like, you know, they got the group of people. This is one of the later, this might be the last season of How I Met Your Mother, or one of the last seasons, which was actually not good at all. I rewatched it. I like, by the last 3 seasons, like, I'm watching it to just see who the mom is.
And did they tell you? Because I've never actually seen it.
Do you want me to spoil it?
Yeah, I probably won't even know who it is.
They tell you the mom, and then she dies, and he ends up with the woman he's been in love with the entire show. Oh. And it's like, what the fuck?
Awesome, dude. Best of both worlds. That's the dream.
Yeah, it was like, he's telling this story to his children about how he's been in love with not their mother the entire time. Very strange.
So technically, that show was not a period piece. The person was telling us this from the future. So it was kind of a sci-fi show.
No, he literally, like, they would do, like, weird jokes. Like, okay, like, and, like, try to incorporate, like, the fact that it's 2033 or however many years it is. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird. That's how I'm going to start my night off a little bit. And then I'm going to bring it home over on Cinemax with Office Space.
Okay.
You an Office Space guy?
Love Office Space. Normally when people bring up Cinemax, Office Space is not what comes up next. So.
Well, trust me, as someone that was, 18, 19 during the time period, I was using my parents' Cinemax for many different things.
But Office Space was great. I saw Office Space in the theater.
Really?
For like the 2 days it was out. And I loved it. And it was really weird to see that develop this audience like years later.
Right, because it like wasn't Oh, right. So you said it was only in the theater for 2 years because
Yeah,
it was
people
just,
hate it. Like, just not even that
days,
people
so.
hated it, just no one even bothered with it. It was
Yeah.
like a little blip. And
How
then
did you end up hearing about it?
I used to go see everything. So I
Got
was
it.
at the movies twice a week for like 20 years.
Got it.
And I love Mike Judge stuff. Like, Mike Judge was very funny.
Sure.
And it just looked funny. Like, Stephen Root looked funny. And I was familiar with the Milton shorts that the whole thing was based on.
Got it. Yes. Okay.
Those were pre Beavis and Butthead. They were on MTV when I was growing up. There was a show called Liquid Television, and he based it on that. So I was like, all right, this looks funny, and it was very funny.
I didn't know they got Jennifer Aniston for this.
Well, it's not a thing now, but for years, and in the 90s, even the early 2000s, you were a movie star or a TV star. And if you were on one or the other, it was because your star was going up or it had gone down, right?
So she's like trying to make
She's trying to be a movie star, and it never worked. It never worked for any of the Friends cast members. And they all tried. And it's kind of amazing. Like, none of them were, and they were in a lot of movies.
I mean, Jennifer Aniston, she's been in big movies, but has she though? I guess she's like only been really successful with like that morning show thing on Apple is a show.
It's a show, yeah, and that's sort of after the movie TV divide. Yeah, like maybe nobody. Like Matthew Perry, they had a bunch of movies he was in. None of them really hit.
Yeah, he was in the Zac Efron.
Matt LeBlanc did that terrible movie with the monkey that played baseball.
Yeah, don't say terrible. That was a great movie.
And weirdly, Courtney Cox did the most amount of movies out of everyone, and that was all before Friends.
Interesting. And then Joey Tribbiani, or not Joey Tribbiani, Matt LeBlanc, but he had Joey on Netflix, which is hilarious.
That show was a huge disaster, and it was.
I know, but he did last a few seasons.
I think it was 2, but they
really?
I believe they like committed to 2 seasons before the show even started.
Got it.
And for years, it was a joke that like if you ever went to a Big Lots store, they would all have like 400 copies of Joey season 1 for like 99 cents.
Love it.
So many.
But yeah, Office Space is great. One of the things I do is I started this. I am a corporate America veteran, and I started this page called Work, Retire, Die, which is based on my experience in corporate America, and like memes and videos. And Office Space is a huge. I feel it every time I watch it. I'm like, yeah, I don't miss that.
It's weird to me when you get people, and I encountered this sort of closer to before the pandemic when everything broke, but people who would be into Office Space but kind of watch it wrong. Like there'd be people who were like, yeah, I'm like Lundberg, I'm gonna need you to come in on Saturday, and you're like, no, I think you're supposed to hate that guy.
Yeah. It's like the kids who would like, this is my generation thing, like put up Wolf of Wall Street posters, and it's like, you guys understand Leo is not the good guy in this movie.
Yeah. Scarface is not. He's a drug dealer. Like, it's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Which is a very weird thing. I'd see people like, yeah, we're in the office. Jump to conclusions. Like, no, this is about how this is awful.
Yeah. No, you missed the point for sure.
But yeah, Jennifer Aniston was into a lot of romantic comedies and a romantic lead in a bunch of comedies, and nothing.
Nothing stuck. She was in Horrible Bosses, which I like that movie.
I never saw that.
It's pretty good.
It looked all right.
These are the kind of movies that are like pretty good movies.
Just pretty good. Not terrible. Not amazing.
No. 6.2 on
Domino's Pizza movies.
Yeah. I'm like, I just want to enjoy.
Yeah. You just want to sit back, not be challenged, but not get angry.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a lot of reality shows here just sprinkled throughout. And it's funny to see them advertised next to each other. Like on Monday night, there's The Biggest Loser, which I still think is the worst / best name for a reality show about people losing weight.
I completely agree, honestly.
The Biggest Loser. It's like...
it's kind of genius.
It is.
Like, it is. It's a great name for it, yeah.
But you're shitting on these people, like 100%.
It's so mean.
Like, it's super mean. But then it's funny because the show advertised right next to it is the Hindenburg, the last flight. And I'm like, yeah, those are
incredible.
about right. Those are about right.
Yeah, that's very 2013.
Yeah, the guy, someone would be torn on which of those to watch, and then there's just like
Yeah, I like the idea of flipping back during commercials.
some guys watching Hindenburg for like 15 minutes, and someone's like, "Why watch this thing about the Hindenburg?" He's like, "I thought this was the Biggest Loser."
Oh my god! You really mixed them up.
The World According to Dick Cheney is the thing on.
Wow.
My Cat from Hell, like.
Were we aware that Dick Cheney was a bad guy at this time?
Yeah. This is when he literally had no heart.
Yes.
So he had a suitcase that served as his heart. That he would.
So he literally had no heart.
Literally had no heart. Like he was like Darth Vader. Like he literally had a mechanical suitcase. And there's a famous interview where he eventually got a heart transplant from a donor.
Oh, thank
and
God.
They were asking him in this interview. They were like, do you ever think about the person who donated their heart to you? And he goes, no. It was just like, you can't.
That's so insane.
No.
No. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, it's
Thanks, man.
yeah, it's ridiculous how far we've fallen since then. But like that guy, it was so on the nose. I'm like, the man literally has no heart. He is a mechanical heart in a box.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So Tuesday, what are you doing?
Tuesday. All right. Let me scroll down a little bit to my thing. I am, speaking of movies that are kind of good, I'm going to watch Crazy Stupid Love.
I'm unfamiliar.
Oh my God.
Is this Kirsten Dunst?
No, Crazy Stupid Love is Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, and Steve Carell gets divorced. His wife is cheating on him. His wife is Demi Moore. And then he learns from Ryan Gosling like how to pick up women.
Oh,
and Ryan Gosling starts to date this girl, Emma Stone, and then they all meet, and it is revealed, spoilers, that Emma Stone is his daughter.
Gotcha.
Got it.
So so this was in this era. This is when we used to get those douchebags who were like pickup artists.
Yeah, like Mystery. Do you remember?
Yeah, and it would just be like there was a comic in Boston who like left Boston. He was a terrible comic and reinvented himself as like a pickup artist. He would have these shitty videos that were funny, but he wasn't
trying to be.
Yeah, and then all those people became like Joe Rogan comics after that.
Sure.
It was sort of the trajectory. Like,
yeah, there was like a book. It was called like The Game, maybe, and it was like it got passed around like in my high school and college, and it was like neg. It was like this is
an asshole.
This was our Andrew Tate. Honestly, it was like you have to treat women like shit, and you're 15, and this is what you're supposed to do. I was like, okay, I guess, yeah.
It's like, here, step 1, be an asshole. Step 2, commit crimes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, perfect.
Like, honestly, I don't know any better, so you tell me what to do.
Yeah, I mean, genius way to make money. Not a great. So that makes sense that was sort of.
That was during that era, but Ryan Gosling was still good in it.
I mean, Ryan Gosling's good in everything. I will say I love Ryan.
Yeah, his character was like a good guy. He wasn't like a bad guy. Yeah, right. Ryan Gosling can do no wrong.
I've never seen him in a thing. I've seen him in bad movies, but didn't dislike him in it.
True.
Former Mickey Mouse
movie. What's the worst movie he's ever been in?
Oh, geez. I have to say I really hated The Fall Guy.
Okay.
That was bad. There's got to be.
There's probably something like earlier, like a rom-com like this.
Yeah.
This was a good rom-com, though. It was funny. It had good heart, and it had some fun twists. And I like when movies like this are dealing with middle-aged people in their 20s. There was like a high school or his high school son. Because I feel like too often rom-coms are just like people in their 20s don't know what they want to do for their job.
Or like old divorced people.
Right.
Like,
Right. So we could kind of get all of it here.
It's funny they mentioned that too, like thinking about it. This is kind of the last era that we actually got mid-sized comedies at all, but mid-sized romantic comedies that were movies. You just don't have them.
I'm extremely nostalgic for this era of movies where it's like, like I said, like it's a solid movie. It's enjoyable. it's not going to win an award, but it's not like now there's no middle class
Right.
of movies.
It's a small
right?
story. It's not like,
Yes.
oh, he's divorced, but he's also a superhero.
Yeah.
And he meets a woman
Yeah.
who's a spy from another planet.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Or it's not like a Netflix rom-com that's just like so stupid, but it's like a billion people will watch it because
Like a
it's so
Lifetime
stupid.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is like they tried.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they tried, and there is a decent script. It's just not like,
Well, you could
not
still
like-
make money making that movie and
Right.
releasing it to theaters.
I wonder if they would make money if they made more of these things. I don't know.
I feel there's a sort of, it's an interesting history in that television and movies have always been in competition with each other. And so
Yeah.
all the innovations in movies have been because of television. So in the 50s, you got 3D because they were like, why would people come to the theater? They can watch TV at home. We'll make it 3D. Then you got
Okay.
widescreen. You got the surround sound. Like it was this competition to get people to leave the house. And it has been that way literally since the 50s.
Yeah.
And we're sort of at the point now where people can recreate the majority of the theater experience at home.
Yeah.
And the price you pay is kind of worth it for most people. Being like, I don't have to sit next to stupid people and leave my house. Like, yes, it's not IMAX.
Right.
So they really, I think the studios are like, we have to make this thing a huge experience or
Right.
else no
So they
one's
have these,
going to
like
come.
popcorn buckets that they're selling.
Yeah, I have to make it like an event or else they're not going to come. So we wouldn't bother to release these smaller movies. And, I don't know because I'm not an executive and making a ton of money, but I feel like it might work in the opposite at this point.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
Like if they're not $40 tickets, they're kind of
Right, like don't make it such a big deal. Just
Yeah.
make it normal. Like you're right. Like now I'm like, whoa, I'm seeing a movie tonight. Like this is a big
Yeah.
deal. Like it shouldn't feel like that.
They were like, we got to make it like going to a concert or like,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
no. And I do like, don't get me wrong, I like seeing a movie in IMAX. It's fun. And obviously you can't do that at home. But at the same time, as someone who spent every week going to the movies for decades,
Yeah.
it's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
And as much as I like watching movies at home, it is different watching those kinds of sort of mid-sized
Agreed.
movies with an audience.
This is a movie that you could watch on your couch on Netflix and you would still enjoy it, but it's not as fun like with a comedy to not be in the theater and
Yeah.
be like, yeah.
It doesn't read the same way.
No.
Then there's an article in here about The New Girl, which is one of your
Yes,
picks.
so there was an episode on a Tuesday that
Yep.
I would also watch, so I kind of flip back and forth here. New Girl, I really like a lot as a show. At first I was like, this show seems kind of stupid. The cast is really funny, and I think this is actually, they really found their stride in like the second or third season, and it becomes like a genuinely funny comedic show that's like funnier than How I Met Your Mother, funnier than Friends.
It
and
seems
it's just,
smarter.
like,
It seemed less
Yeah.
broad.
yeah. And Jake Johnson's really funny. He's had a good career. And Zoe
Someone told me
Deschanel.
I have the same voice as him.
You kind of do. A compliment. He's the
I
main
guess.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was Zoe Deschanel kind of winkingly playing a Zoe Deschanel character.
Yes. That's a very good way of describing it.
And my friend Aiden Mayeri was on the show.
What did she play?
She played, I think, in season 3, was like Zoe Deschanel's friend.
Okay.
I never saw it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I literally watch this show to fall asleep like every single night.
Yeah, it's great to have those shows, and where it's like it's just formulaic enough that you're not like surprised, so you can kind of just sort of go into like a zen mode, but it's not like droning.
Exactly.
And this is a show that I always have been like, oh, that probably is decent, and just never watched. Like I think it was on for like 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, it's actually, you're right. That I feel like they wanted to cancel it, or I don't know how successful it was.
It was always like middle of the road, but had like the audience was very enthusiastic, but not massive.
I think this is a show that benefited from Hulu.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think Fox at this time too was like trying to find not a voice, but they were like trying to carve out a niche
Yeah, like what? How are we different than
Yeah,
NBC?
like this is when they did like Last Man on Earth, and like they were trying to do these sort of quirky single cam sitcom
Yeah,
type
like
shows.
elevated. Yeah.
And that was like their thing. And then they were like, oh, we could just do Bob's Burgers. That's what we're supposed to do. So that's Tuesday. What do you got going on Wednesday?
Wednesday, I think I might hit the reality TV circuit here. I'm a big Survivor guy, and I became a big Survivor guy during COVID. Do you watch Survivor?
I watched the first 2 seasons.
Okay.
I worked at CBS the first year. And
Oh, really?
we actually did tryouts the second year. So Elizabeth Hasselbeck actually came through, was cast from our
That's
building.
awesome.
So we had like a obstacle course in the parking lot, and like, yeah,
That's actually cool.
which was kind of fun. So I watched the first few, and then it just kind of got like formulaic. Like there were,
I mean, it's the same. It is the same thing, but
You know what?
I've always thought that it's the least embarrassing reality show to go on.
yeah, I think the thing that, and this was true of the real world as well, which I loved. Those shows turned for me when the people who are getting cast have sort of tried to reverse engineer what character they should be.
I completely agree.
Then it's
Yeah.
missing the sort of interesting part now when the person's like, oh, I'll be this guy in this season.
I agree, and like honestly, like especially with the internet now, a lot of reality people become like influencers.
Yeah.
Afterwards, and it's like they're doing the show. They're not doing The Bachelor to actually like the first couple seasons of most reality shows. They are trying to like find their husband on Bachelor,
Right.
in
'Cause they're
theory.
crazy,
and then
yeah.
they're like, oh, I'm just trying to become an Instagram person.
Right.
And I feel like Survivor, they don't really become influencers. They just like go back to their job because it's not like they're not like hot and cool.
Well, there's also
They're
like
just-
700 seasons now. Like the first 2 seasons, was it Colleen from season 1? She was really
Yeah,
cute.
I think-
She had all the bug bites
yeah.
on her. They were like, we're going to make her a movie star. And they put her in like a movie opposite Rob Schneider. And they tried
Really?
they were like, because they're like, oh, this is all these. None of them took, or Elizabeth Hasselbeck's,
Yeah.
hosting like they were like, oh, these people this will be like a feeder for like new talent. And it's
Got
like,
it.
that's
And
not happening.
No, this is just not.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny though.
And as a Bostonian, I feel like any competition reality show
Boston
has to have
Rob.
an asshole from Boston.
Yeah, Boston Rob is the fucking man, dude. Do you know who Boston Rob is?
I've heard the name, and I without knowing who he is, I bet I know exactly who he is.
He's just so funny because he's like, he's like the tallest midget.
Yeah.
And a lot of these reality shows, like there's the show called Traders that's pretty good, and he's in it, and it's like he's like, I'm the fucking king
Yeah.
of reality shows.
Whatever,
It's
kid.
like,
You
dude,
want to
you're
come
with
here?
the
You gotta
fucking-
gonna step up to my fucking face.
Yeah, like
Whatever.
kiss the ring. It's like
Yeah.
with like F-list celebrities.
Yeah.
Fine. You're a D-list and they're an F-list. Like
My favorite thing too, this is a niche complaint, but so many of those people will be like, yo, I'm from fucking Boston, kid, like whatever, yo, like whatever. And then it's like, oh, where in Boston from? They're like, Salem, New Hampshire.
yeah.
And it's like,
so not Boston?
really? So not Boston?
Yeah.
So I grew up more in Boston than you and don't speak like
Yeah.
that? What is the problem here?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fucking dunks, kid. No, I grew up in Hartford,
Fucking
Connecticut.
dog. Yeah, it's like Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's like that's like New York,
Yeah.
Connecticut.
I mean, I grew up like fucking, I'm from Canada. Montreal, but it's close, whatever.
Can I stop doing the accent now?
You've discovered my secret.
Are the cameras rolling?
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm doing a little Survivor, a little bit of American Idol. I think I might keep it to the reality TV. Was this like? I guess American Idol is still going on.
It is, but again, this
was American Idol was awesome the first couple years.
Huge.
We're not awesome, but just like everybody
a
cared.
phenomenon. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and again, that's the thing where they were like, these people are now stars now, and they had that movie like from Justin to Kelly, and they were like, we're gonna put
Yeah.
Ruben Studdard in a movie, like
Ruben Studdard.
like who the redheaded kid was. Clay
Not
Aiken, yeah, Clay
Yeah.
Aiken. To
Yeah.
the point where even that kid, she bangs that, like anyone who was on.
Yes,
I can't think of his name.
Oh, dude, what William Hung?
Yeah, William Hung. But then,
It's
like,
the bad ones also got famous.
yeah. So then they overdid it, where the show was like, there's like 5 seasons a year. We have like
Right.
5,000 winners.
It's
So
just a numbers game.
yeah, so the shows are still on and they still do well, but that phenomenon piece of it doesn't exist. So it was like,
Yeah, like, and I don't know if anyone cared during this season.
no, I feel like it was. And so I lived in England in 2000, 2001 when Pop Idol started. And Pop Idol is what American Idol is based on. And it was very interesting because we didn't have anything like that here. And England's a much smaller country. And so those sort of phenomena, and there was only 4 channels. So those phenomenon.
So it's easier to have like a shared culture.
Dude, everybody watched those shows and was like, knew who everybody was. So to see them come over to America and do that and kind of have it work was very interesting. But then it didn't have the staying power. Like people didn't care about the music.
Lucky that like the first, like Kelly Clarkson was a legitimate star. Like Jennifer Hudson also successful. They did have actual people, but I mean there hasn't been an actual.
It just tanked after the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, there's other ways to get found.
I saw Lady Gaga open for Kelly Clarkson in 2000. Might have been 2010 maybe.
Interesting that she's opening for her.
Yeah, it was a weird show. It was like it was very strange.
Was that when Lady Gaga was like wearing meat and stuff?
Yeah, she had like a bubble dress and had really bad dancers.
But she was great in the Bradley Cooper movie.
Oh, Star is Born.
Star is Born. Yeah.
Yeah, she's very.
She's kind of basically acting.
Yeah,
now,
because she's an actress, like 100%.
She's in that Armani.
And she was in that second Joker movie that I didn't see.
Gucci, yeah, that's right.
So where are we here? So that's
Wednesday.
Thursday
is my primetime day. NBC, Community, Parks and Rec, The Office, 1600 Penn. I actually never watched that. Did you watch that?
No.
Is that like a president thing or White House thing?
I think so. Although it describes this episode as Skip has a big date.
I saw that, which I'm not sure. It's not very descriptive. I would imagine 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It's something to do with the White House.
You would think so. And the other thing I didn't mention here too is like obviously by 2013, TV Guide is a completely useless piece of.
That is so true.
Like there's no need for it.
The actual schedule is not helpful. I mean, the articles, I guess, if you're reading the articles, sure.
Which aren't anything as good as they used to be. Like, and they still do TV Guide with the schedule. Like, who is this for? So like, at this point, they have much shorter descriptions of the shows. But I'm like, why? What is this even in here for? Is anyone going to be swayed by this? Like Parks and Recreation, it says, saving a video store. I'm like, oh, you're going to, that sounds good.
That's actually so true. It's like, if I've never seen 1600 Penn, I can be like, oh, Skip has a big date? Yeah,
awesome.
Fucking do it again. Yeah.
Like, what
are you kidding? Of course I'm watching.
It's like a haiku for every single one of these. And also like the movie descriptions by this point, and I've mentioned this before in some of the episodes we've done with guests who picked like a later issue. It's like, how vague can we be describing this movie?
It's almost like a puzzle,
So like Safe House from 2012, it says CIA operative goes on the run.
That is so fucking funny. You should do a thing where you read these to people and they have to guess
what movie it is. Because I'm like,
what are you talking about?
Some of them literally
that could be 100 movies.
Oh yeah, some of them literally are like something strange happens.
Chronicles of Riddick, a space fugitive fights evil forces.
Yeah, that's 200 movies.
Yeah, that's Star Wars.
It's just bizarre. Like,
literally,
why did someone bother to write that? But I will say, at this time, I was watching Community. So Community was probably the last sitcom I watched live every week as it aired for the whole run.
That was a very good Dan Harmon. Yeah,
Dan Harmon.
Yeah, very quirky, very interesting, like sci-fi, time travel-y, but still kind of grounded. I thought Community was amazing.
It was very smart. Like, has some really standout episodes. My old Boston comedy friend Eric Charles Nielsen played Garrett on the show.
Nice.
He's been on the show, which was very strange. Like to have this kid that we started doing comedy with, and you'd see him on TV.
That is pretty crazy.
I think it's the last season. There's an episode where he gets married, and it turns out to be his cousin or something. But there's a scene where all the characters are doing impressions of him. To him. So it's like Keith David being like, I do, and all this weird stuff, and I'm like, this is so weird. Funny. This is so weird.
This was Donald Glover, big break on this show, and he used to be in a YouTube sketch comedy group that I've done shows when I was living in New York with other members of.
So he was a
And so,
UCB
like,
guy,
that was
right?
like, what's
Was
that?
he a UCB guy, Don Glemon?
Yeah, he was a UCB guy. Yeah, and I think he like dropped out of NYU to maybe do this or write for 30 Rock maybe. But yeah, he's obviously had a huge career after that. But I remember, like, now you see people go from the internet to TV all the time. But I remember being like, wait a second, that's the guy from like the YouTube video.
Yeah, which was
Cool. Yeah,
It was that first generation of people that got well known
like
for
the TikTokers that are now on SNL.
Yeah. Which makes sense, but it's Space Fugitive Fights Evil Forces. Oh my god!
Right, I'm like, what could that?
And they only give it 2 stars. Chronicles of Riddick. Boogie Nights gets a whole sentence.
Boogie Nights. I mean, Boogie Nights. What channel is that? Is
So
this
Boogie
the
Nights is on
unrated
IFC.
version?
They give it 3
Okay.
stars. They say intriguing exploration of the adult film industry in the 70s and early 80s about the rags to riches career of a naive teen.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's kind of true.
But man, My
I don't
Week
know,
with
Boogie-
Marilyn.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's weird to watch that movie like on cable.
I saw
you know?
that on a first date.
Did you
I
really?
was 17.
Oh my god.
It was very awkward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I had a huge crush on Roller Girl.
Oh yeah, Heather Graham. Who
How can you
didn't?
not?
Yeah.
How can you not?
Yeah. She's in a ton of stuff lately. She's been doing a ton of horror movies lately and has actually been
Really?
really great in them.
That was Marky Mark's big break, right?
Sort
As
of.
an actor?
Yeah, that was like when people started taking him seriously, which is still silly to me. But he had been in like 2 or 3 movies before that where they're like, oh, this guy could act.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing about Boston is everyone has a story about encountering. Everyone my age has some story
didn't he
about.
beat the shit out of some.
Oh, he went to jail. Yeah, he blinded an Asian guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've told this on stage
Classic
before,
part.
but this is true. Like everyone, if you mention the Wahlbergs, someone inevitably will be like, fuck those guys. And you'll be like, why, what's the problem? And there's a million things they could say, like, oh, he's an anti-vaxxer, he blinded a guy.
Yeah.
But it's always some weird, very specific personal slight instead.
That's
like
really funny.
this one kid literally went, I had a potty once. The fucking Wahlberg showed up. They turned the thermostat all the way up, and I didn't notice for like 3 days. So fuck them. And I was like, all right.
Okay.
That
yeah,
seems
I guess
legit.
that is kind of annoying.
It
Yeah.
was like they borrowed my fucking
Well, that's how you know
barbecue.
they're real Boston people. Yeah, it's like everyone has small issues.
I bought a fucking used car, and they were Polaroid, like just whatever it is, you know.
It's like
Yeah.
a strangely specific. That's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Also, I want to mention this is a show that I didn't watch when it aired, but I've gone back and watched, and it's easily one of the best shows of the last 20 years. And The Good Wife was on, and that show is so good. So
Okay,
good.
I keep seeing. Are they making new episodes of that?
So
Or-
no, they did a really interesting thing where Good Wife was on for 10 seasons, and then they
Okay.
did a spin-off show called The Good Fight. So The Good Wife was a show about a woman who works at a law firm. The spin-off show was about the law firm, like the law firm
Got
kept
it.
going on, and is even better than The Good Wife. But like characters come back from 10 years before, but it like works.
Interesting.
It's so smart. It's some of the best writing I've ever seen in anything, and
What is it's a network show, right?
yeah, it was a network show. Good Fight was a network show for the first 2 seasons, and then they went straight to Paramount Plus.
Got it.
But like there's an episode of The Good Fight. So The Good Fight is this husband and wife team called the Kings. They produce these shows, and
Okay.
Good Fight they would write and film like a week or 2 before it would air. So there would be like very topical stuff. So during COVID, they were like halfway through the season and they had to stop filming. So they didn't come
Okay.
back for I think a year and a half. And their comeback episode was called Previously On. And it was like a Previously On of all stuff we didn't see. It was stuff that was supposed to happen that they didn't shoot. So it was
That's
like
really interesting. Like right before COVID.
yes, and it's so well done. And it's
Yeah.
like this, it's one of the best hours of television I've ever seen. And so, yeah,
awesome.
Good Wife, I slept on, but discovered later. And,
But no more.
yeah, but that show, I think I've rewatched the whole series twice, and it's
Good. I've been actually looking for a show to rewatch.
it's
so
really good.
I'm gonna take you up on
There'll
that.
be things that shock you. I will warn you that
Okay.
legit, because I've recommended the show to people, and about they're like, I want to watch the whole series. And like 2 weeks later, they'll be like, you motherfucker. I'm like, I didn't want to ruin anything. So just a heads up.
All right, I'll keep my head out. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
My ghost story. All right, here's the Friday. Here's the description for the film Bad Boys, 1995, 2 stars. Narcs search for heroin. Is that how you would describe Bad Boys with Will Smith?
That's not what it's about. It's about brotherhood. It's about your fucking boys.
Narcs search for heroin.
To reduce Mike Lowry to a narc is just a disgraceful thing.
Bringing it full circle, Billy Madison, 1 star. A spoiled heir must go back to school to inherit the family business.
Now that is a good log line.
Yeah,
I think.
that
one actually is a tight log line. Yeah,
but also,
they don't mention that it's like first grade
or a comedy.
Like it sounds like, yeah, true.
it's like here's what happens very matter of factly.
Yes, I would love to see Billy Madison as a drama.
Super Bad, a raunchy teen comedy about 3 nerdy friends.
Superbad's one of the greatest movies.
Superbad was very good, but like, that sounds like someone who just heard about the movie.
Yeah, true. I would probably someone like Superbad. That's not like an issue teens are facing in today's world. Like you couldn't like getting alcohol. It's like it's almost like one of the last high school movies that all generations could relate to.
And it was a throwback at that time too. It was like very much people being like, let's make movies like they had when we were growing up, kind of thing.
Right.
My wife and I, actually, Joel McHale was on a show called The Great Indoors that a friend of mine was a writer for. And the kid who played McLovin was also on the show. And we went to a taping, and so they put us in like the friends and family section, and we were sitting next to McLovin's mom. He's actually from like not far from where I grew up, so it was really funny. It's like, oh, it's my son.
He's great in Role Models too. Role Models was good.
He was pretty good in the Fright Night remake as well. He played Evil Ed.
I don't think I saw that. Yeah,
but I'm a big horror guy. So where are we on Friday?
Friday. I put down Tosh.0.
Okay.
Which I felt was ahead of its time in the sense of like, that's just what someone does on TikTok now. It's just like talk about viral videos.
Yeah, it was 5 or 10 years ahead of that being like a mainstream thing.
Yeah, so I just thought that was an interesting thing, and I don't know what he's doing now. I feel like I saw him. He has like a podcast or something.
He made a lot of money on that show.
Yeah, I think he kind of like just was like, fuck this, and then, but people say he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think it from his like persona.
I have people that open for him. Like, he's not like he was like that.
It's a persona, yeah.
Yeah, there was that little subgenre of comics who were like, wow, he's handsome for a comedian. And they would be like, and here's something outrageous. You know,
right.
It was like,
right. You got to like deal with being hot.
Yeah. So it was that sort of little blip of that stuff, but it was also he managed to make a phenomenon off of an internet thing, but on a network, so get network money. So it was like the last time you could do that.
So true. And I was looking like America's Funniest Home Videos is actually still playing, which I'm like, who was watching this? Like these videos are just on Facebook if you want to watch these videos. Like
I recently learned the way they still make money is they own all the videos. So they own 35 years of clips and they license them out to various things. They have this giant library that's like meticulously curated. So you could be like, I want 5 videos of like monkeys on roller skates or whatever. And they're like, here you go. You want any of these?
That's sick.
So that's how they make money.
Is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air guy still hosting that?
No. It's it was Tom Bergeron. And then Alfonso Ribeiro took over. And I don't know. He might still be. I don't think he is though.
It's a pretty good gig.
Yeah, Bergeron did it for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Another Boston guy.
Yeah, Tosh.0 was just like American Funniest on videos, but he was kind of a dick about it. And the videos were funnier.
Yeah.
And there's also like ridiculousness now, which is like everything on MTV.
It was presented the same way as like The Soup was with Joel McHale.
Yeah.
Like it was the guy in front of a green screen.
Right.
Here's clips. I'm going to be snarky about it. That's it. You know, very cheap, easy to do, but was kind of a novelty at the time.
Yeah. But there's also a lot of good movies on tonight, on Friday. You got The Sopranos. I love The Sopranos as a Jersey guy. Let's see. What are some of the movies that are on this
Grandma's
Friday?
Boy.
I was going to say Grandma's Boy is just an insane movie.
I Love You Man, which
I Love You Man, good movie.
Is that a Dan Cook movie?
No, I Love You Man is Paul Rudd and Jason Segel.
So they describe that as buddyless guy needs best man.
That's actually kind of a good description. Paul Rudd has no friends and he has to find a best man for his wedding.
0 stars they give it.
0 stars?
Yep. Grandma's Boy gets 1 star. I Love You Man 0.
Grandma's Boy gets 1 star?
Green Lantern gets 0.
Green Lantern was terrible. That was Seth Rogen, right?
No, that was Green Hornet. Green Lantern was Ryan Reynolds.
Also,
The Shining's on. That gets 3 stars.
Okay, that's probably deserved.
Yeah, 3 seems
3
low.
out of what, 4?
Yeah,
Is 4
that seems low.
I'd probably flip around between Grandma's Boy and I Love You Man.
13 going on 30. The Jennifer Garner movie is also on. That gets 3 stars.
That's a fantastic film.
But for TV Guide, that and The Shining.
Yeah, that's actually true. Is like, yeah, that's the problem with the 4-star system.
Yeah, you're gonna at some point have 13 going on 30.
Like 3 stars is, yeah.
Octopussy's here, 3 stars.
Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Lara Croft is only 2. Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of movies on that night.
They're doing a reboot of that, I think.
Of Lara Croft?
Sophie Turner, yeah.
Like, why? Do people still play that game?
That's what I'm, like, it's not like IP that anyone so cares
No.
about.
I saw that movie in the theater and I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know who possibly cares about
No. Tooth Fairy with Dwayne Johnson.
I was looking at that too, because I saw that Dwayne is now getting standing ovations at his movie premieres now.
Oh,
So he's gone from Tooth Fairy to like the Venice Film Festival.
Yeah, doing like serious roles.
Yeah.
Black Adam was
How
so
far he's
bad.
come.
Yeah, I know. He's
Tooth Fairy was one of the worst movies ever, and that's me saying.
the premise is so leftover Hulk Hogan script.
Stupid. Yeah,
It's so
like-
Santa with muscles, like, you know.
Right. Like Kindergarten Cop kind of.
Yeah, although Kindergarten Cop's great.
Kindergarten Cop is great.
But Arnold Schwarzenegger is underrated.
What's the one with him and Danny DeVito?
Twins.
Twins, that's right.
Yep. They were going to do a sequel to that called Triplets. And Eddie Murphy was going to be the third. It was in pre-production, and then Ivan Reitman died. And I believe this is true. Twins is the most money Arnold Schwarzenegger's ever made off a movie because he got points on the film, and he made something like $80 million off that movie over the years.
Good for him.
Yeah, and that's why he has little horses walking around his house and all kinds of animals.
Sleeping with his nanny and all.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yep. So what do we got? 2 more days left here. We got
2 more days left. Saturday. I'm gonna bring it home with. I'm gonna just go movies the rest of the weekend. Friday Night Lights on Encore. Fantastic movie with Billy Bob Thornton.
People love the show better than the movie.
The show is good. The movie is also good, and they're good in different ways. I feel like the movie is very faithful to the book.
That's Vanderbeek, right? Like, I don't want your life. Is that
no? That is not Blue Chips. That's
the program.
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. But essentially, well, I think Friday Night Lights was interesting because it was a stereotypical thing, but it was based on a true story. It was like a grittier, real life version of Varsity Blues.
It was like if Remember the Titans was good.
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, not a great rewatch. Remember the Titans.
No.
It's like a Disney movie. I never thought of it as a Disney movie.
It is, and it was produced by.
Like it could have been so good.
Who was the guy that produced it? He's like a massive producer that produced like huge things.
Harvey Weinstein.
No, he's like Jerry Bruckheimer. Jerry Bruckheimer produced it.
Oh, okay.
And when I was, I used to be the movie critic for this radio station, so I went to a screening of it, and I hated it. And Bruckheimer was there, and he's like dressed all Miami Vice, you know. He's got, and he's like, "What'd you think of the movie?" And I'm like, I didn't like it. And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Oh, it's pretty generic, cliche, you know, just boring." And then he's like, "Oh," and he's like asking me like sincere questions.
So, in fact, did you know it was him?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I was
God.
being honest. I wasn't like being a dick. I was like, I really didn't like
Good
them.
job. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But it was just kind of funny. I actually, it made me respect and like him a lot more that he was like, oh, well, what, he was like very, listen.
Even though he's a big shot, he still like cares about what people think
Yeah,
because he has
it
to.
was kind of interesting. But I was like, I'm not a sports movie guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I would watch Friday Night Lights. School of Rock is also on there.
School of
which
Rock
is
was
a
great. Rivka
And then-
Reyes, who was the bass player girl on that show and is a stand-up. I've had her on the show.
Shout out her.
And then Newport Cigarettes ends the.
I was just about to say, I miss cigarette advertising.
This was not only a cigarette ad, but there's a contest. So there's like in certain packs of Newports, you could win $50,000.
It's like the golden ticket from Willy Wonka.
Yeah, but it's like, but how much will your emphysema cost you later?
Yeah, it's like this will pay for your medical bills.
Yeah. What a weird ad. It's like two dudes in the back of a limo with two ladies, but one of the guys seems like he's not with them and he's just getting in the
Yeah.
limo.
It seems like he's a magician, like entertaining them
Yeah,
when they're watching.
get you guys anything?
Yeah, or he's getting in. Yeah.
And it says Newport Pleasure Payday.
Mm.
Newport
That's
Pleasure.
sexy.
Yeah,
Cigarette advertising was so sexy.
it's impossible to use the word pleasure in advertising and not have it sound sexual. I don't care what the
Agree.
product is. It doesn't matter.
Completely agree. Completely
Like
agree.
Newport Pleasure. Did you ever smoke?
I dipped. I
Oh, you were a
used to-
dip guy.
Yes, I lived in Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
I played baseball, and I lived in the South for a little.
So did you start doing that in college or were you doing it in high school?
I started doing it in high school,
Yeah.
playing baseball.
Because kids in
Yeah.
my high school they'd have the little soda bottle, and they made our entire high school watch videos of guys with parts of their faces missing from mouth cancer.
Oh my God.
I remember my friend passed out during it. It was gross.
He was dipping in the moment.
It was
yeah.
very gross.
No, it was a disgusting habit for sure.
In hindsight, yeah, you'd probably you're gonna put
It's
tobacco
just
on your lip and just spit black mud all day.
Like, that's so gross, but I mean, you are just addicted to
Kids
it.
would
so.
carry around like empty Coke bottles half filled with.
Right. It's like, don't drink that.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
But I was also like 15 and wanted to be cool,
Yeah.
so like,
I wonder if there was anyone who those craft beer guys. If there was like a dip guy who was all
craft dip.
used like a spittoon, like a bronze
this
spittoon.
is the old
I was
school
like,
way.
this is how you're supposed to do it.
Guys,
Use your Coke bottle if you
modern.
want, but check this out. It's made out of solid brass. I'm surprised I enjoyed 2013 as much as I did. I was like, this will feel like a
Yes.
week ago. But there's some interesting stuff
Good.
there. It was great talking to you. Thank you so much for doing the show.
Dude, Ken, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I had a blast looking through all this stuff. This was fun.
There you go. Work, retire, die. That's the way it is. That's probably the way, and you should do it in that order. I don't know if there's a different order you can do it, but anyway, Jack Lawler, check out his stuff. Very good. Enjoy his stuff very much. And if you have questions, about this episode, tvguidescounselor@gmail.com or the Patreon, and I will answer them at our year in review in a couple weeks. And if you have questions about 2016, you got 2 months to come up with them. I will answer those in a couple months. But next week I'll be here, so I hope you will too, for a brand new edition of TV Guidance Counselor.
Your ex-husband, his brother, a child, sex work. That is actually a lot of balls to be juggling.